Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome in to another edition of Foil Hat Radio. Today is Wednesday, May 26, 2010. Foil Hat Radio consists of various interests most individuals deny. This consists of facts that are denied. When facts are there but denied in fear, my senses outside of the fundamental five thrive, and I feel a vibration or presence that we all cannot deny. This is a discussion of the unknown. In bringing forth our third eye, I am your host, Agent Ra, not present. I am your host, Agent Orange, present. And together we are Foil Hat Radio. Okay, so we're teenagers from Mars, and we know this. Coming back to you guys, my name is PJ Creamer. I am your host, or Agent Orange, as we like to call me. I have another special guest tonight, Ricky. He's been with us before. He's with us again. We're very excited about having Ricky here on the show, Foil Hat Radio, because it pretty much defines what this show is about. We're looking to create a forum in which any normal individual or not so normal individual that may have per se been aboard a UFO or been involved in maybe a haunting or something, anything of the nature that would be classified as paranormal. We'd like to create a safe, open, fun forum where we as hosts can further develop our abilities in order to draw the story or to make things happen, as well as our guests have the ability to bring forth their story, and hopefully we both learn. So anywho, enough of me going on. Ricky, would you like to say hi?
What's up, PJ? How are you? Can you hear me?
Hey, what's going on? Doing good. Can you hear me well?
Yep.
Excellent. Okay. So we're here tonight to give these folks a show. What do you say we give them a show?
I'm ready for you. Let's see what happens.
Cool, man. Of course. Yep. Let's tell your story. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and start from beginning to end and shoot you some questions and see what happens. The year of your abduction was 1989. You were then working a job that required you to be there at 5 a.m. This places you in bed typically at 8 p.m. This gives a time frame of nine possible hours, maybe a bit less, for the abductions to occur or for the events to transpire. So we'll start at the beginning, Ricky. There you are. 8 p.m. comes around as usual, and you're going to bed. I'd just like to ask what kind of night this is, just because, of course, we're here to tell a special story, so it's a special night. How were you feeling on that evening? Was it just a normal evening for you? Was there any additional stress before bed? Were you going nuts on sweets? Anything like that that somebody could say was maybe out of the ordinary that could have helped to maybe influence? I don't know how you want to put it, but or to move on. Was it a normal evening?
Yeah, there's nothing in the world that would influence what happened to me, whether it was bubble gum or drugs. Regardless what happened, it happened.
Absolutely. Well, I wasn't trying to not validate that. Of course, that's
No. I'm answering your questions. Trust me. I understand.
Excellent.
I'm just answering.
I just was kind of getting that out of the way for the skeptics because we've had a conversation. I know it's normal, so we just wanted to get that out there. This was a normal evening.
It was just a regular night. It was a regular night. Nothing. The only thing memorable about it was what happened.
Okay, so just Ricky being Ricky. So you go to bed with the alarm clock set, of course, because you've got to be up. You're an early guy, 5 a.m. This was just another normal day or normal evening to you. So moving on, it's after dark, and you're awakened by dogs barking at you. I understand that you lived in apartments at the time with no pets allowed, so it was odd to be awakening by a dog's bark or to hear dogs barking at all. So you have a look around you and you realize you're in the middle of the street in kind of an autopilot or sleepwalking sort of mode, however we want to think of it. So I suppose question, can you tell us what this was like, just awakening out of the blue, finding yourself in the middle of the street, whether you're sleepwalking or what have you? What were your first thoughts at that point?
Perfect question. First thing was I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know this was a alien abduction at this point, obviously. All I knew was the dogs were barking at me, and I woke up. and I'm walking down the street.
Sure. How about control
I was
over
just
your
basically
body?
surprised.
Yeah, did you have control over your body, or did you continue to walk? What happened from there?
I only had control of two things, and that was my left and my right eyeball.
Okay,
That was
so
it.
visual,
All I could do
you
was
had a visual.
use my arm. That's
Sure,
it.
hence that you were conscious and picking up that there were dogs barking and things. So there was an observation point there. Well, you also had your ears, I suppose. So at this point, there was a blackout, though. You go out of it, and just to give the folks a quick plug, I'm going from what Ricky has put out there for anybody to access at his YouTube channel under, I'm sorry, is it, let's see, UFO Abductee, is that right?
Yep.
What's your YouTube channel, Ricky?
That's it, UFO Abductee, youtube.com/ or / UFO Abductee.
Great.
Or
So
my
anybody can go
MySpace
and
is
get the story that...
Right, and my MySpace is the same. And my MySpace is the same MySpace than UFO Abductee.
Excellent. So anybody can go and get a hold of this story. He's also on Facebook, same way. So anybody can go and get a hold of this story. I just wanted to give the audience where my background or my questioning or anecdotes have come in. So anyway, so you blacked out at this point. I just wanted to explain why I knew that. Do you think that came from fear of the situation, kind of waking up in the middle of the street, dogs barking? You realize that you can't really control your bodily functions, but your eyes are awake?
See,
mm-hmm.
see, this is perfect. You're asking me that because, like I tell you, I come up with stuff and I remember more stuff with questions. It's just the opposite. When I get scared, I wake up. And the more comfortable I get with the situation to start to understand it is when I start to fade away again. Only the fright, it's like how would I say, it's like a flare almost. The flare goes off when I'm scared, but it's still going to dim out after a few minutes. So
almost
after
like
a few minutes, I just...
So there may be, wherever we say that you're blacking out and things of the nature, that may just be a memory gap. There may be more to the story there.
Oh,
you're just saying,
of course I was...
I'm sorry.
Of course I keep continuing. I'm sure I keep continuing, but I just fade out and my memory goes blank. I call it black memories.
Right. I suppose when I hear blackout, I think, oh, you've lost consciousness or something else has taken full control of you. You're no longer conscious. You don't have that observation ability. I'm just saying that you may still have that at that point. You just became comfortable with the situation, and that's where the memory fades. Is that kind of what we're explaining when we say blackout?
That's exactly it. I just fade away. The more comfortable, the more I understand it. And the more calmer I get, it's just like I just fade away. It's just like turning the lights off slowly. And then I guess, go to sleep or black out.
Well, that's where these shows come in. That's where, talking about things, and that's where people like me wanting to understand things, that's where we can help each other maybe. So you blacked out. It didn't come from fear, just we explained what the blackout is. So when you regain consciousness, you find yourself on a bridge with a bike trail that runs beneath it that's located near your apartments. At this point, you stopped. You involuntarily went down to one knee and placed both hands on the other knee, so you kind of assumed a position. Do you feel there was a specific necessity for this pose? You kind of brought up the pose, and it seemed like maybe it was needed to enter the to enter the ship or to be in the alien's presence. Was there any significance to that steps out in your mind?
Another excellent freaking question. What it was is like, okay, I can explain it perfectly. Okay, say you're a photographer, and I was the tripod in the camera, and you knew the position of the camera to get the perfect view, and all I could use was my eyeball. So if you're going to want me to see something, you got to put me just like a tripod and aim it straight in my eyes. But the problem was when they put me down and I was on one knee and my other one was, I was so distracted by the pose I was in. Then I did everything but look straight. So it took a minute. So I was like literally just sitting there. I'm like looking down, looking at my hand. I'm like looking around, wondering what the heck, because I still didn't know what was going on. I was thinking someone was going to take a picture of me or something. Like I'm posing. I did not understand the situation. So I finally looked straight,